Hey guys, I was having a problem in the game. Like most of my friends ask me how to merge, how to make money, and how not to get scammed, right? And whenever I tell them to go to a YouTube video and find a video on it, then they basically end up finding a video which just shows them two guys trying to buy merch from one another, and the other guy just gives him a 50% off, and he buys the merch and he sells it and he makes profit. But that's actually not how it works. Actually, merching is quite more difficult, and it has very much different types of tips and tricks which you have to know to not get basically not get scammed and make some profit in the end of the day. So to help my friends and to help the community, I ended up making a video myself, and I just have 14 golden merching rules for you guys, right? So I'm calling it Happydino's 14 golden merching rules guide, and let's just get into it, okay? So number one is like you will need a note or a page or paper and write them down, and never deviate from these rules. As long as you keep these rules on you and just merge while using these rules as a basic principle, you will make profit, okay? So number one is only merge with half of your gold, which means that if you have like 10 million, right? So you will divide it into two parts and basically keep 5 million for yourself and use 5 million for merching purposes only, right? So number two, which is whenever lending gold, like whenever a friend asks you or somebody asks you to lend them some gold or lend them some item, right? So most of the people what they do is like they give their gold, and if the other guy gets the gold from you, then you don't have the gold anymore, right? And if he has time or if he makes a lot of profit, then he will give it back to you. But most of the times they won't give it back to you, and they will just keep up making excuses and stuff. And when that happens, then it is very bad for you, because when you need your own gold, then you don't have it and your friends have it, right? So the best way to avoid that is my rule number two, which is whenever you're giving a loan or a item to a friend or lending him, then obviously and always take a security which is substantial in value. Like if a friend asks me to give him like 18 mil, right? So I will either take like 18 million or 20 million ish price item, which I am 110% sure that I can sell it very easily for 20. Like for example, blue monarch rings. The blue monarch rings sell for 20 million right now in auction. Every time I have sold them many times for 18 to 20 mil. So if a friend asks me for 17 or 18 mil loan, then I will ask him for a security, and no matter what he says to me, like most of the people say to me, hey, you trust me, so why are you asking for security? Then I have just one reply for them. I say that I am a merchant, and this is my rule. Like I don't deviate from my own rules, so I recommend you guys to do the same. Like take a security. So if you have a security which is a little bit higher in value, then if the guy doesn't give you back his money, your money, then you know that you're safe because you have the item, right? And same goes for the other side. Like he has to pay you back because he wants his item back. So that is a very reliable thing to do. Like whenever you're giving someone a loan or something, then always take a security. Okay, let's go to number three, which is do not trust test. Recently I've seen people giving each other stuff, right? So what they do is like they go to trade. Like let me show you. Hmm, if I go to some place, right, and I am trying to trade with a guy, so what he will do is he will go to the person, inspect, and then give, and then he will give you some crappy items, like which you don't even care about, like these eggs, right? If I give him a few of these eggs, right, so just like that they will give you some cheap items, and then afterwards they will ask you to give them back, and you will give them back to him, right? Because that's basically trust. You're showing him that you trust him. And then when you give him your items, like all the expensive stuff, like if I was a noob and somebody basically did a trust test with me, so I would just basically give him like my expensive stuff, like the toxic speed set which I have. I gave him this, right? and then he won't give it back to me, and he will just block me, and then that is a scam known as a trust test scam. So how about this, that make a rule for yourself never to do a trust test. Whenever somebody says, hey, you want to do a trust test, you just say no. He says, why? I am a very good friend and this and that. But you just tell him that no, I am a mercher, and this is a very strict set of rules which I follow for my merching and to make my goals and to save myself from scamming and all the drama, which is rule number 3: do not do a trust test. Okay. Number 4: always triple check the prices, right? So if I am buying something, like if you see in this chat, right, he's saying Duggar Dagger's 10% tax, right? So I ask him, hi, how much for Duggar Daggers, right? So he will obviously tell me a price, like how much he's selling it for, right? But the thing is, always doing a triple check on prices is like he's saying 50, so I don't know if they are 50 or not. So number 1, which is point A in checking the price, which is I check it in auction, which is Duggar Daggers, okay, and I'm looking for Duggar Daggers. So 5% is this, and 100%, okay, 100% is going for 40 right now. But sometimes the auction can be fake, like there could be fake prices in the auction, right? So then comes the test number 2, which is go to social, go to your friends, and then you need to know some good friends which are good merchants, like Item Store or some other people. Like this is just an example. You need to make friends which are merchants and which specialize in some type of item, like uh, it is a merchant who deals only in gears, or a merchant like me, Happydino, which only deals in house items. So they are specialized on that item, so they know the prices. So you just ask, hey, how much is Duggar Dagger 10% X, right? Question mark. So you ask your friends like this, like what is the price on that item, right? And they will probably tell you the prices. Like you text many of your friends which are merchants, which you know which are gear merchants, and then ask them for the price. Then they will tell you the price, and then you ask them that if I'm buying as a merch, then how much should I offer, and then how much can I sell it for, right? That is point 2, but we're not done with that, just that, right? Afterwards we go for a step 3. Step 3 is, if you're on a cell phone, then just go to menu, go to home, and then open a browser and go to Arcane Legend forums. The forums is like basically it's a website. You go to forums, and let me make it simple for you. Arcane Legends, right? You go to Arcane Legends and you go to their forums. Right? It's a very basic and simple. You just go to their website, then there's forums here in the upper middle corner. You just open forums from here, right? So as you can see, I'm not used to using forums on my cell phone, but still you can just go here and then search up Duggar Daggers, right? So you just open Duggar Daggers, right? Just open here, okay. So right here you can just search up the Duggar Daggers, and then you can find their price. Like there was an elite Duggar Dagger which has 7% tax on it, and it's sold, and bid now start with 80, and let you just see that how much people are offering. So in the past it was being offered for 66 mil, right? But then you see that what was the date over here, like what was the date? Okay, so 2021 30, that means that 50 for Duggar Dagger should be a reasonable price, right? That is the 3-step verification. You need to check the prices and be reliable. Remember, only to buy something which you are 110% sure. That is my 5th point. 5th point is only buy those items which you are 110% sure on value. Like if you know that it sells for 50 million very easily, right? So now I'm a merchant, right? I know that I can sell it for 50. So I can basically type that guy like his IGN slash tell BNYX, hey, can you do 35 or 40 million, right? I ask him this and basically ask him a merch price, and if he agrees, right? I'm just making a video. I lowballed him, I know, but I'm making a video. I didn't think much about it. Okay, I'm making a video. So I lowballed teaching merch. So basically you will offer him a lower price, and then he will say what's the minimum, what's your minimum price. Okay, then he will offer you a minimum price, right? And when he tells you a minimum price, then you tell him like, okay, so can you do a little bit lower or something like that, which is actually beneficial for you to basically resell the item for, right? Let me show you a quick example on this, right? Shell shiny banner. Okay, shiny banner basically sells for 20 million. Okay, hi, how much for shiny? Let's see how much he offers. So this is the basic system which I use when I'm buying something, right? So I ask him how much is a shiny banner. Let's see what he replies. Okay, what is your minimum, question mark. That is the second thing which you ask them, like, what is your minimum price, right? Now he will tell me a minimum price, right? And this is after I asked him about, like, I have done the triple check on the price item, or I have basically sold that item before in the past, so I know their prices, right? Then I asked him any counter offer, like if anybody else gave you an offer on this item, then what was that offer, right? So I asked him for any counter offer, and just try selling 5 seconds ago. Okay, the other guy replied 45. Okay, but I'm already asking this guy. Okay, right? Okay. So then I basically this guy just started selling 5 seconds ago, but if then I ask him, I'll just try it on the same thing on the other guy because this guy just started, right? So I ask him any counter offer, question mark. Okay, so I asked him that if he has any counter offer, right? So this guy was selling it for 50, and he says the minimum he will sell it for 45, and then any counter offer, like if anybody else gave him an offer on it. Then after your counter offer, then whatever the counter offer is, then you decide, like if you want to basically give me that 17, I will farm with okay. So the thing is that uh, anyways, he will tell you a counter offer like 40. Somebody offered him 40 million, right? So you will ask him like, hey, can you do 41 or 40.5? If you know the price, like you can sell it for 40 or above 40. Like if you have sold it before for 45, then you can try to buy it off of him for 41 and then try to resell it for 45 and make 4 million profit, right? That is how it works. That is the triple check price item, and the fifth rule is only those items which are 110% sure on. Okay, let's move on to our number 6, which is do not rush when buy do not rush buy, take your time, right? Which is like basically when I have like 100 million on me, right? So I can't basically just try to rush buy things like everybody selling something. Like if I was like you see this buy purple eggs and pull all fast deal came. Okay, so if you have a lot of money and you're like, okay, I need to spend it right now and make more profit off of it, right? You don't need to do that. You need to take your time, wait, see that which what is on the board and wait. Once you find a good item which you are 110% sure on price, or you have sold it before in past, or you know through the three-step verification process that it's a good item, it's easy to sell, and you can sell it, then you can just buy that one. Don't rush, okay? Whenever you rush, then you start losing gold. Number 4, choose one area of market and specialize in that, which is like, okay, so if you are a merchant, right, you go to auction. So then there are different types, like you can either go for weapons, you can go for helmets and armors, belts, rings, speed sets like haste. So there are some people which only merge with speed sets, so they know the prices of a speed set very well, better than the others. So you can basically specialize on one thing. Like it's not just like, okay, it's a speed set, right? But sometimes you need to know that how much it will cost. Like it's a Malik set with 12% armor awake, right? Strength. This is not a useful awake. Only a merchant who is a specialized speed merchant, and he knows that it's a warrior item. So warriors don't need so much armor because they already have their armor maxed out. So that is a very bad item, right? Same thing, 4% strength, 33 million. No man, that's too much. Like look at this. Look at this. Okay, you're paying for 12% armor. You're paying 65. You can buy like 7% armor for 35. What's the difference? This also has gems in it, right? So a merchant will know these prices. Like let me give you another example. There are some merchants which only merch in vanities, right? They only merge in vanities, so they know the prices of vanity. Like staff of protection, it used to be 20 million and now it is 32 million, right? But if I was a proper mercher which merged only in vanities, then I would know that what is the cheap price and how much I can sell it for, right? So that's something that you need to know. Number 2, number 8, which is memorize prices, so that in the future you can basically don't need to do the three-step process. Just like my examples, like I'm giving, like, okay, blue monarch is 20 million normally, which it sells for, right? So if I search for blue monarch, right, there is none in auction. But right now, if I was a new merchant and somebody tried to sell me a blue monarch's wings for 16 mil, which was a very good merch price, but I wouldn't buy it because I didn't know the price, right? Then I would have gone for the three-step verification process, open the auction, search it there, okay, it's not there, or if it is there, okay, then ask my friends, then go for the forums, and then I would have known that it is 20 million. If I don't know that if it's 20 million and I'm not sure, then I won't buy it, right? I will just wait for it, be patient, take my time, right? This is how it is done. And afterwards, when I've sold one for 20, then I know, okay, so it sells for 18 to 20 very easily. So if whenever I buy it for 16, I'm making 2 million or 3 million profit. So you need to know about the prices and then remember them for your future more merchants, right? And then we go for number 9, which is be patient on sales, but don't go for max value, which is like when you have an item, right, and you're trying to sell it, like this guy over here, right? He has an item which he can easily sell for 40, and he is trying to get like 45 to 50 million out of it, right? So if he just stays in the market and for 1 or 2 weeks he just says no, 50 fixed price, no low, like we saw with the medic guy, right? So he is saying that his minimum is 25. He won't change his price. That is a person who is going for a max price. Like he won't sell it for any cheaper, which will actually end up wasting his time. He could have just sold it for 24, buy more merch, make more merch, and make more than 1 million profit. Like, okay, he's going for 25, he's not selling for 24, which is stupid because he's just gonna wait 7 days just to get one more mil. But personally, what I do is like I would have sold it for 23, made did some more merch, made 2 million, and then above that during the time the other guy was like, if there is a person A and person B, right? The person A stays for 7 days trying to sell an item for 25, not for 24, right? The other guy sells it for 24 in the first day. In the second day, he buys something else, sells that. Third, four, even if he makes 1 million per day, he will make 7 million more than the first guy who sold the item for 25 after 7 days, which is 6 million above the price, above the profit, like 6 million markup than the other guy, because the other guy is just wasting time trying to sell it for a very high price, which he knows that he knows that he will sell it for that much. But you're a merchant right now. You need to keep your money and your stocks and stuff which you are holding right now, keep them moving. You can't basically be too greedy, right? Because that's the point of being a merchant. Buy something very cheap and sell it for a mediocre price. That's it. Don't try to sell it for a maximum price. That's not your item. You just bought it for merching and you just bought it to make profit. You just need to buy it for cheap, sell it for medium price, move on. That's it. That is what you need to do. Okay. So afterwards, oh, by the way, you do need to be patient. Like, you don't need to sell it for a cheaper price than how much you got it for. Like, if you bought blue monarch wings for 16 and you just keep getting offers for 15, you don't need to rush it. Okay, be patient. Once you get a 17 or 18 million offer, then just sell it. So but the thing is, if you're selling a blue monarch wings and you already got a good offer like 18 million, you're making 2 million profit, and it's a very subtle difference. Like, you can't sell it, you can't rush it and sell it for cheaper than how much you got, or for a very low profit like for 16.5 or 7, which is only 500k or 1 million profit, because then you're basically not making much. You need to go for a mediocre ground, like make 2 mil. Okay, it is 2 million below the auction price, which is 20, which is normally 20. So the other guy is making a profit, you're making a profit, so no problem at all. Even if somebody posts one in auction for 18, you just need to wait it out. Once it is sold out, then you can sell yours for 18 or 17, and that's it. Or if it is in auction for 20, then you can just basically sell it for 18. That's it. But don't go for 20. Don't waste your time. Okay. Then afterwards, I have my ninth one, which is no, my 10th one. In case of slow, hard to sell merch, right? So if you bought an item, like, and you know that it is hard to sell because you have been trying to sell it for 3 or 4 days, you bought it for 10 mil, and you think that, oh no, will it even sell or not, and then you just need to hold it for a very, very long time. Don't do that. Okay. Sometimes you, even with all of these steps, sometimes you buy something which is very hard to sell, then you can just basically try to sell it as merch, or try to sell it and give someone a discount. Like, okay, so the item you bought it for 10 mil and you know that it sells for 15, and you're trying to sell it for 13 to 14, and it's just not selling, right? Then you just need to try to sell it for 10.5, because make very little profit, make a very a better deal for other guys. And even if it doesn't sell with that price, then you know that you made a loss. Then the thing which you need to do is, like, basically minimize your losses, which is try to sell it for a cheaper price, give them a discount, like tell, okay, I'll do it for 9 mil. Okay, then you're losing 1 mil, right? But the thing is, the time is of essence here. In the by the time when you sell it for 9, you will have 9 million pure on you, right? Pure is like, it's a merchant term. We say that if you have 9 million gold, then it is 9 million pure, right? So with 9 million pure in the coming 2 or 3 days, you can basically buy more merch, sell that, make back your 1 mil, and then move on, right? You can't be too greedy, and you can't just basically hold on to your hard to sell items. But the thing is, you can't keep on doing it. Like, if you are buying something which is hard to sell, and then you're buying something again which is again hard to sell, again hard to sell, so don't do that. Don't rush it. Remember the rules. Okay. The let me see the rule number. Be patient and do not rush it. Go for the number 9 and number 6. The rule number 6, what did it say? It said that don't do rush. Don't buy something rush. Okay. Even if you made a little bit loss, you gave somebody a discount and sold it after trying to sell it for 1 or 2 days, then you don't need to rush it. Okay. Just be patient. Keep on, like, you win some, you lose some, but all you need to do is, like, win more than you lose, and that's it. Just keep on moving and you will make more money. Okay. Then number 11 and kind of a last rule for a basic merger is moving money will get you rich, right? Which is like, if your money and your items that you have, you keep them moving, like if they're, you just keep buying and selling, not holding on to the items no matter how good the item is. Like you bought a hot tub, house hot tub, right, which sells for 6 mil. You bought it for 3.5, which is a very good deal, but you just want to keep it, you want to put it in your house, and you just want to basically have it in your house and just be happy with it. But you can't do that. Remember, when you bought the item, like I'm gonna show you this item, right? So I can afford it because I have a lot of money. I can merge with more money, so that's why I can buy one and keep it for myself, right? But the thing is, people just buy stuff and keep it, and then they don't have any money to merge with, right? Don't do that. If you made like 100 mil, you can spend maximum of 10 mil on yourself. Keep merging with 90 mil. That's the amount which I spend on myself. I spend 10% of the wealth which I made from merging on myself, and keep the rest of it and merge with it, right? So I merged with 1/10 of the gold, with the gold which I made from my merging. I spent 1/10 of it on myself, and then keep merging on with 90%. Okay, and plus when I started my merging, then I also had a reserve fund of 50% in case of something goes wrong. That reserve can't be touched. Okay, so as you have made so as you have stick along so much in this video, I would like to thank you guys for that, and then I will tell you 3 bonus uh, points which I do myself, which make me a lot of profit from time to time. I waited for this long because I wanted it to be special and only for those guys which actually stick around and which are actually determined to learn how to merge and make a lot of money. Okay, this is only for Dino subscribers only. And plus, I would also like to mention this guild, Twist. Twist is a very good guild. It has very good officers. I will be there as well, and we will help you guys out. We also recently got a recipe over here, and if you go to our guild hall, then we have Poppin' Fresh, which is one of the very good decorators of our guild. And let me just show the guild hall to you guys because we're very proud of it. So look at this. This guy is insane. He even built a jetman in our guild hall, and also a dragon. So come to our guild, man. Join our guild, have fun. We also have a Discord in our guild where we do voice calls, and we have a very good time. Like playing Arcane Legends alone can be boring, but if you are in a good guild and which has a voice call, and you can basically talk to the officers, talk to the players, and have a very good and nice time, then yeah, I think that is a better way to play the game. That's it. Okay, so let's move on to the bonus points. Number 12 is auction fixing. I call it auction fixing because when you go to auction and you see the prices, right? Sometimes something is listed for a very cheap price, right? I can't show you an example because it's a rare occurrence. Like staff of protection goes for 20 to 30 mil or 23 mil to be very rough, right? But if somebody auctions it for 16 mil, right? So you will buy it from the auction for 16 mil, right? You will just buy it, and then you go to sell, and then you take the item, put in the correct price, which like it staff of protection sells for 23, right? But you're a merchant, right? You need to just make a quick profit on it. You just put it for 21 because you know that it will sell for that price. Put it for 3 days and then list the item, right? That's it. And then after a few days, or after even sometimes after a few hours, you go to your auction, go for sales complete, and you just made a very instant merch. People sell those items for cheap price because they need a very fast sale. Because if you need fast gold, then they just basically put that in auction for a cheap price. Basically, they're selling a merch, but they're selling a merch through auction. So there's no harm in that. You're not speculating or trying to rise prices because you know their prices. Like if you would have just keep on buying those stuff and put them in auction for 30 million or 31, like the other guys are doing right here. If you see 32 million, which is then they're trying to rise the price, right? But you're not doing that. You're not harming the game. You're just buying a merch from auction and putting it in the auction for the right price, for a mediocre price, and you don't mind to wait for a day or two to make the sale, because you don't need the gold urgently. But the guy who was selling it in the auction for a merch price actually needed the gold for merching, like for a very fast gold, and he didn't bother to go to the cities and sell it there as a merch. He just put it in auction for a merch price. So I call it auction fixing, okay? But you can only do it if you're 110% sure on the prices. Then there is number 13, which is speculation. What is speculation? Speculation is like this. Like right now, Xavier even just came and went, right? So you know that all the egg prices are down right now. So a, a pet item which I bought myself, which is like Groucho, right? So Groucho used to sell for 15 mil each, and right now their prices is 1 mil, which means in a few months, 2 or 3 months, it will go up to 5 mil or 6 mil or even 7 mil. So you're basically buying these because you know that after a month or so they will go for 5 or 8 mil, and then you can just make a huge ton of profit. That's also known as hoarding, but I call it market speculation. Like right now, Bun Bun event is on, so platinum eggs, uh, platinum egg, right? So their prices are really down right now. They're 400k each, right? But I know that after 2 or 3 months or 4 months, they will go for 500k each to 600k each and 750k each. So you can basically buy the stuff right now, sell it later. Which brings me to my last and final point, which is 14, which is what to do after you have 100 million. I've seen so many of my friends which I helped them to merge, told them these things, and basically taught them how to merge and all of the other rules. And when they hit the 100 million mark, right, afterwards they don't know what to do with it. Like, I've seen so many people lose their first 100 million. They come to me and say, hey Happydino, why am I losing my first 100 million? I just made 100 million and then I'm back down to 10 million. What happened? Why did I do that? It's the same thing. When you have 100 million, you don't need to rush. They just rush buy stuff. Like recently, one of my friends called JVXY, yeah, he bought a 40 million item which was actually worth just 800k. Why? Because he was rushing. He was like, okay, I just asked Dino and I made 40 billion. Wow, this is the most gold which I ever made. I'm gonna double it, make it for 80 and 100, and then I'll be super rich. And he rush bought an item which was 800k. He didn't ask me. He didn't follow the steps. He didn't follow the 3-step verification rule, which is a very important rule, because all of these rules are very important. They will save you from things like these. He lost all of his gold, and now I see him quitting. And I'm like, I'm very sorry for this, man, but you didn't follow the rules. I can't help you with that. So the thing is, instead of getting scammed or rushing stuff when you make your first 100 million, especially, so I will tell you what to do, like what you need to do when you have 100 million on you, right? So what you need to do is basically go from step one, which is when you had initially goal 10 million, you divide it into, put half 5 million into your stash as a backup and merge with 5 million, right? It's the same principle, but a little bit different. Like, you divide the 100 million into 50 million two parts, right? Then when you have a lot of gold, then you can basically do investing as well. So you invest your 50 million into items, like the items that I showed you right now, like platinum eggs are cheap right now. So you will buy platinum eggs with 50 million, keep them in your stash as a goal. Like, basically, if you have 50 million gold, then after a few months you just have your 50 million goals back, and you can't do merch with the 100 million at the same time when you're a new mercher. Because when you go into the auction, you can't just keep on buying and selling stuff, because if you buy a lot of stuff with 100 million, you don't have enough time to sell all of it, right? Then what you need to do is, like, basically divide it into 250 million parts, invest 50 million into a long-term asset which you will sell after a month or so, like the platinum X. So you know that, okay, so that gold will double itself, or basically give you a 50% markup or 100% markup, even sometimes in rare cases 200% markup, like with the Grochos. Like, I bought so many Grochos because I know that their price will go double or triple. So I had 150 million extra, which I didn't know what to do with, right? So I basically divided it up and I bought 53 Grochos, 56 Grochos, sorry. So that's a lot of money. That is like 110-ish million in that, because when I bought them they were 2 million each, but right now their price is dropping. But after 1 or 2 months their price will start rising back up, and even if they go for 4 mil each, I will basically double my money, right? So things like those, you can basically buy elite awakening gems when they're below 100k each, and then sell them during the awakening event and sell them for 170 or 160k each. Then you basically make your 100 millions into 170 million, right? That is basically what's going on. Plus afterwards, after you have like basically divided the 100 million to 250 million and invested 50 million, right? Now you have 50 million pure left on you, right? Then you will further divide it into two pieces, 25 million, two stacks of 25 million. Put 25 million into the stash as a backup, and then merge with 25 million. That's how you basically save your hundreds of millions, and basically make more profit off of them, because you can't do start doing merge with 100 million. You just need to divide it, put half of it in the basically investing, and the other half then you further divide it, put half in the stash, which is 25 million in the stash as a backup, and 25 million for merching. And then out of that, like you have 25 million, you can basically spend 5 million or even 10 million on yourself, because you earned it, you did a lot of work, and then keep on merching. That's how it is done. And that's it, that those are all the rules by me. I'm not doing it to basically make myself famous, or trying to basically do a market manipulation or anything like that. I don't have any personal gains in it. I'm just trying to help the community and help the players learn how to merge and how not to, because I don't want them to quit. Because look at this. When I go to my house, this I call this a memory wall. These are all the items which my friends gave me before they quit the game, like this flag over here, this hurt trophy, this gift over here, these wings over here. They were my friends. They learned how to merge, and then afterwards, when they got scammed, or they made the 100 million, and then they had to quit the game because they lost it all, and then they just gave me a gift and went and left the game. So this is actually a memory wall, but makes me sad. And this is the main reason why I am making this video for you guys, just to help you guys out and teach you how to merge. And that's it. Special thanks to Recipe and Encryptions. They actually helped me quite a lot when I was a poor person, and they taught me how to what to buy, where to invest, and how the game works. And that's it. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day and have fun. See ya.